All right, y'all. This is a special live today. I got a dope interview lined up for y'all with Brandon the Cannon Adams. We're gonna bring him in right now. There he is, the Cannon. How are you doing this morning, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? All my faculties are still together. I'm good.
Yeah. I know it's early out there for you. I appreciate you coming on, though.
Most definitely.
Um, First of all, I want to say, yo, congratulations. Um, Shout out to your team, your brother Wise out with the whole movement out there. August 30th, Francisco Verone semifinals of the OTX tournament. The first, matchup, you look phenomenal. No real ring rust. Break down that footwork, man. You got tremendous footwork dating back to the contender, man. Where does that come from?
Me having footwork, honestly, it developed through time with rhythm, Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It was stuff like that kept me motivated, rejuvenated. Honestly, man, just going back, paying attention to a lot of the how the old school dancers, the
Yeah.
artists back then, how they danced and how they moved, and I used to mimic them all the time, and I learned how to implement the same thing into my boxing.
Mm. Yeah, nah, it definitely shows because one thing with me watching you, I'm like, man, this guy's footwork is crazy, man. The stuff you be doing, and like even some of the videos that they put out with OTX and them, you see you out there dancing like you're doing salsa merengue and all that, man. But that's what's up. Now, without giving too much of the game plan away, Francisco Varone is a highly touted dude. What can we expect from you August 30th down there in Atlanta?
Uh, Explosions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I plan on living up to the name of Cannon
yeah,
uh, without giving up the game plan. I mean, the game plan is it's obvious as it is. I think if I'm not mistaken, he's between 5'11" to 6 foot.
yeah,
I'm 5'8", so that in itself, you know what I'm saying, that equation speaks for itself. The ring is never big. Overtime rings aren't huge, so there won't be no space for me to be trying to run, stay off of him, nor him to stay off of me. We're gonna be up in there, and I think we're gonna get the fans what they want, and it's gonna be an
yeah,
exciting fight.
yes. So, how is camp going thus far?
It's going good. Camp is going well. Uh, Everything is we right on schedule. I'm right on schedule with everything.
Yes.
Play
Now, switching gears a little bit, right? I know you worked with my guy D'Angelo Evans, and not rushing you out the game yet, but he spoke so highly of you as a coach. As a teacher trainer. When you plan on hanging, like I said, we're not rushing you out the game, but when you do hang up the glove, do you see yourself eventually, training, teaching fighters or working with fighters like that?
Yeah, I have a stable now. I have a stable.
Okay.
Uh, I own a boxing gym, Cannon Nation
Okay.
boxing gym. I have fighters who uh, who are under my tutelages, who's learning from me, and I'm learning from them. We're growing
Yeah.
together, uh, whether it be amateur or professional. Where it's enough of us here to keep me busy.
Yes. Yes. Another thing that I wanted to ask you. We just seen the big fight last weekend with Virgil Ortiz and Sergey Buyachich,
Right.
a guy that you put down. You stopped him. What was your thoughts on that performance between those two?
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I didn't watch it, and I purposely
Okay.
didn't watch it because that's how I feed my hunger. That's how I feed, the appetite that I have in this sport. Uh, Sergey Boychik was the guy who won. Uh, well, excuse me, Sergey Boychik. I beat him, but then he
Yeah.
still prevailed, and he got that opportunity to fight Virgil.
Yeah.
When the question is why Adams didn't have that fight instead? Why
Mm,
Adams didn't have multiple big fights
mm,
instead when he showed that quality, from whether it be from me fighting on the contender, from whether it
mm.
be with me being in the ring with the prime Jamal Charlo going a whole 12 rounds, and or when you come back and you see me watch, fight Sarah Boychik,
Mm,
uh, you know, boxing isn't, boxing is a business, uh, and I didn't get the opportunity, but for me, what it was able to do for me was help. Like I said, give me time to learn a lot more about myself, and then pay more attention to the folks around me, and the boxers who are up and coming, or who has big names. So me watching that fight, and well, me watching the highlights, and from what I got back as far as the details of the fight, I kept hearing about how tough Boachuk was. He took tremendous punches. He took, and he ate them. He ate them, and he kept moving forward, and how he was hurting, how he was able to hurt Virgil, pretty much
hmm
anytime he would land punches. So that just makes me feel a lot more confident about my skills and my abilities, because it was the moment that I landed a solid punch, Boychuk was out.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact. Keeping with what you said earlier, right, about Charlo, I was gonna bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Um, Not only did you go 12 rounds with him, that was coming off of, winning the contender and all that, but you took that fight on short notice.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. So the offer actually was for me to fight Triple G.
Okay.
And in that moment, uh, as we were negotiating, fighting Triple G, I guess at that moment Triple G was supposed to fight Jamal, or they were discussing for them to fight. So as we were negotiating to fight Triple G, um, Triple G's team didn't feel that I was worthy of what I was asking. And Triple G at this moment, Triple G's had a real big name.
Yeah.
Uh, and I wasn't, what I felt they were offering me was very much on a low budget end.
Mm.
And respectfully, I'll just say that I made almost twice as much fighting on the contender than what I
Mm.
was offered to
Okay.
fight G. So I was like, no, that's me going super backwards to fight an even bigger name. So then Jamal and his team, they reached out to me, and then they pretty much doubled what
Mm.
Triple G and MT was offering. So I was like, this is definitely a no brainer.
Yeah.
Uh, Canelo had relinquished his title. They told us that it was then at that point it became a world title fight. It was like, the only thing is you have to fight him in his hometown in Houston. And I was like,
Yeah.
so whatever energy that he was gonna be feeding off of, me too. So yeah, I'm
Mm.
saying we packed our bags and we went to Houston.
Definitely, definitely. Let's keep on that. Speak on the fact, I like what you just said about Triple G and them trying to underpay you, and standing on your square and knowing your worth and your value. Just speak on that a little bit, like, because I'm pretty sure fighters is gonna watch this, and I think that was very mindful of what you said about knowing your value and knowing what you're worth. Just speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, well, like boxing is a business, we know it, and you never know how much you're worth
Yes.
until until you find out your worth. I just knew, and even at that moment, I didn't know how much I was worth, but I knew I wasn't. I knew that wasn't enough. Respectfully, I knew that wasn't enough. Like I said, I fought on the contender, and after I won the
Yeah.
contender, this is what this show was able to give me. And now here I go. After this fight, now my name gets a little build up. They're talking about how the show is going to do great. So from that standpoint, I go, man, let's see what what comes to the table for me. And I had, I was gonna go back to fighting at 154 anyway. Uh,
Hmm.
and lo and behold, they're like, "Yo, man, it's for you to fight Triple G." Triple G's team is want you to honor them fighting because they said you guys are friends. And I was like, ain't no friends when we get in the ring and we fight. Like, we're competitive, and we'll have that competitive love for each other. But he gonna try to knock me out the same way I'm gonna try to knock him out. He gonna try to dog me the same way I'm gonna try to dog him. And so at that moment, when he said that, he was like, well, they said you guys are good friends, so it would be great for you guys to fight. I just said, yeah, well, since we good friends, make sure your good friend get paid. And
Yeah.
that was just my
Mm.
response back. And I said it jokingly, but very seriously, that if he wanted me to get in the ring and fight him, then he would have to at least do better than what the contender has done for me. Um, and I'll say this: the contender, the finale, you win $250,000. So it was there. You go. It was $250,000, and that's what I was able to win off of winning off the contender. So now,
Yeah.
if I say that the offer wasn't even remotely close to that, I was just like, damn. Well, come on now, you're Triple G. Like you guys, y'all have a name. You guys, you're one of the titans in boxing, especially at this time.
Yeah.
And it didn't
Absolutely. Yeah.
work. So for me, I was just like, look, I don't know exactly what I'm worth, but I do know that that's not worth it. Not for
Mm.
me. Even if I do win him, everybody go back and go. And my intentions was to win him. This was also another thing. The fight was at a heavier weight, so I just said I was trying to go down to 154. The fight was offered at first at super middleweight, and I was like, nah, man, that's me. When I walk around, I'm a super middleweight. That's walk around weight. Me damn near not training, and then so for me, I'm like, it's got to be worth it. Then they said the lowest they could do for me was 66. I said, all right, well, you know, so that's all you guys are offering for the weight, and then for the pay, like I'm putting myself in a disposition completely. So I was just like, well, let's see what else is out there. And sure enough, right when I had told the promotion and the contender, let's see what else is out there for me, turned around, uh, the offer to fight Jamal came, and I was just like, it was like, well, they want you to go over to see if this is what you want, but it's just like you see what this is offering, and then you see what that, and I was like, man, it makes no sense for me to even look that way, and at the time, my promotion was like, look, man, well, we have some stay busy fights for you, and I was like, I'm very familiar with the fact that I've been shelved. This is, 3 years off, 2 years off. I was like, no, you know what? I need to make a move now, because if I don't make this move, then ain't no telling when the next time people see me. So I was thinking from a standpoint of just doing what I need to do to make sure that one, I present myself properly, and two, I make sure that the next move that I make financially will be a better move.
Mm.
So that was where my mind was at during all of
Yeah.
that.
Definitely, because like you said, like you highlighted, it is a business. Now, for the people that's gonna watch this, I know because this is what I do, but let them know. You spoke about you and Triple G being friends because he has brought you into camp before, but you've been in there with a lot of high caliber type of guys. Just run down some of the names of people that have brought you in for sparring and to help them get ready for fight.
Uh, well, Triple G being one, I actually helped Jamal Charlo get ready for his fight when he fought Dermachenko.
Yes, Sergey Dermachenko.
Yes, I helped him. Um, the first camp I've ever was a part of was Margaritos. Uh, besides Margarito,
Yeah, let me ask you this. This being a little funny. We gotta spice the interview up. You made sure he had on good hand wraps, right?
yeah, well, you know what? I didn't know nothing about any of that at this time, bro. I didn't know any of that. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that stuff existed. Uh, I found out afterwards.
Okay.
It was like, but
Yeah.
I don't know how true it is. They said that he even practiced like that during training camps.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I didn't let him hit me. He didn't get a chance to hit me, man. I was moving. I
You
was
okay?
punching and moving.
Okay.
Uh, so I didn't get to get hit by the hands of stones, if you
Yeah. Yeah.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get hit by him, but yeah. So who's that? That's Triple G, Jamal, Margarito was the first camp I was ever a part of. I sparred with
Yeah,
Sean Porter,
yeah,
Oscar, Javier, and Oscar, Javier, and Carlos Molina. I used to help those guys prepare for their fights because we was all a part of the same gym.
yeah.
Uh, man, Michelle, Michelle Soto. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, Abel Sanchez used to. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Mikel Soto,
Okay.
but he's a big fighter. He's from France. Much love and respect to him. Who, if I'm not mistaken, he fight at 154 as well. Still, I've been a part of a lot of camps, and now that I look back on it. Uh, But every time that I sparred and I trained, I never went all out. I always used to save a lot and just download data uh,
Mm,
so I could learn how to become a better version of me.
yeah,
And 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 also, for the most part, everybody I was in camp with, when they bring people in, it's hush, but it's kind of one of them situations where I'll bring you in and potentially one day y'all might have to see each other. So then
yeah.
it's up to the fighter to apply that pressure on the sparring partner to let them know if you ever get in the ring with me, this I'm giving you a taste of what you're gonna have when you go. If me and
Mm,
me, if you and I ever get in the ring and fight, and um, from every camp that I was a part of, nobody's a slouch. Everybody, they befall. Everybody, they held their own, and they were all world class fighters, if not champions. Uh, but I always tried to keep a little bit away so people couldn't see exactly how good I was, and learn from how the trainers deal with the fighters, how the fighters deal with the trainers, how management. And I was, because boxing is relatively new to me. I started boxing when I was 18, 19, turned pro when
yeah,
I was 21. I'm learning while I'm on the job,
yeah.
so I'm just trying to get good. I'm just trying to be able to understand. So when it is my turn, I'll know how to conduct business a lot better,
Mm,
a lot more formal.
definitely, definitely. Now, sticking with that, right? Because the industry, the boxing game, it's a small knit community. Do you think that with you having access in these camps, that kind of attributed to a lot of these guys staying away from you? Because like I said, it's a small circle. People talk, and they like, man, that guy's no pushover. The cannon, he was in camp with this guy. Nah, So do you think that's why a lot of these top guys stayed away from you?
I personally, I don't want to think that that's the way us fighters think.
Yeah,
From a managerial standpoint, possibly,
yeah,
probably. I was told actually uh, that about the hack his name, Medramov, the one who just fought
before
Crawford.
Crawford, yeah,
So our name,
Measurement,
his and my name popped up on several occasions for he and I to fight. But
yeah,
his was like, nah, Brandon still got a six pack. He's still in the gym training. No,
mm,
there's the window for us to fight a guy at 54 is wide open. We can choose. We can pick and choose any guy we want. Why do we have to go and fight him?
yeah,
And that was a business decision on his management team.
yeah,
But I'm not even say I wouldn't dare say that the fighter in itself is afraid of fighting me. I think from a standpoint of big risk, low reward.
yeah,
A lot of people wouldn't want to take that fight against somebody who's like willing to put it all on the line because they need that opportunity.
yeah,
So I think that's more so what it is. I never call no fighter uh, no yellow belly, no yellow, you know what I'm saying, no yellow tail individual because we already signed up for the sport. We up in
yeah,
here willing to put it all on the line. It's just our managers and stuff sometimes try to protect us. Our
mm,
promotions try to protect us.
yeah. Now that's definitely the game, the management, matchmakers, promoters. Cause that's yeah, and I think like I said, like we touched on earlier in the interview, man. Your footwork, I think that has a lot of matchmakers, kind of nervous, man. Because when you have gifted feet, man, we have the saying in my gym, swimming don't get wet. You know, when you can swim and don't get wet, or you can, the footwork get them dizzy. A
Yeah,
lot. You tend to make the opponent look less than what the opponent is supposed to be. And I
right.
think that happens a lot with guys that are slippery like that, man. Um, but not looking past this guy, Francisco Verno. Um, what's next for you? How many more are you trying to? I know you plan on winning and then going into the finals, and then what's next?
After that, we're gonna go back and look to see what's out there for me to uh, put myself in better position to creating history.
Mm,
Uh, I'm paid attention to by a lot of people. As I told you, I own a gym.
yeah,
Coach, I'm one of the coaches here. Uh, my community watch, man. We ain't, it's been a minute since we had a champion. I mean, it's a lot of champions over there. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? LA, and you're not trying to segregate and say no East LA. No, I represent all of LA. I don't represent West LA.
yeah,
Uh, I'm born in South Central, but when I say I'm LA, that's everywhere, part of
yeah,
LA. Even if you from Long Beach, that's fine. It's still all under LA. You know what I'm saying? And that's how when I go out, that's how I want to represent us. That's how I want to
yeah,
represent. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from. So uh, that's what I plan on accomplishing. You know what I'm saying? Bringing a championship back home so people can see and bear witness it, and if they can see it, then they can believe it, and then they'll be willing to want to achieve it.
yeah. Yeah, that's super dope, man. Yeah, shout your gym out while I got you on here, and some of the people that you work with, some of your fighters out there. This is all for your time right now, so shout them out.
This Cannon Nation Boxing Gym, it's over here in Santa Fe Springs. We got a website. We got an Instagram. You guys can hit us up on Instagram, Cannon Nation Boxing Gym.
Yeah,
Uh, we got, man, we got tons of fighters. We got my brother Terrell Adams, who
yeah.
fights
Shout
up.
out to your brother Terrell. I follow him as well, man.
We got Aaron Watson, who's a professional. One professional fight. He's looking to fight again uh, within the next month, right? Within the
Yeah,
next month. So we got another professional who's looking to make his professional debut. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
call him Booth, Aaron Weatherspoon, right? Huh? Whitehurst? Whitehurst? Why I say Weatherspoon then? That's John Weatherspoon, huh? You got knocked the fuck out. That's what.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
man, we got a lot of fighters, young amateurs coming up.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, dude, I would love for everybody to tune in because I'm gonna start promoting and pushing them out because I believe in them a whole lot. I'm looking forward to everybody being able to come and check them out. All of
yeah.
our fighters. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching them what I know, and we are growing. I just, we appreciate the opportunity that's given to us, so we gonna try to put out and put on.
Definitely, definitely, man. And I wanna thank you, man, because I reached out. Shout out to your manager, Mark, and Wise Out Boxing. And look, we talked yesterday, and you was like, yeah, we could do it. 9:40 in the morning, West Coast time. I was like, no doubt, man. I was like, we're gonna make it happen, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through. Best of luck, August 30th. I know you got it, man. Like I said, man, keep that footwork, man. I love that footwork that you
I'm about
got
to start
going
dancing.
on.
I'm about to start dancing now. Like the reason why I was trying to hurry up and take care of all of my interviews and get them all
Yeah,
out the way, so that way I can focus and train on my fighting.
yeah,
Uh, that's why I was like, let's take care of it ASAP.
yeah. Cause and that's what I was telling Mark. Mark was like, "Yo, interview him." I was like, "I know how fighters are, right?" I was like, I'd rather get with him after his fight. You know what I'm saying? Because then he got that
Mark,
burden off
brother,
his back.
I'll say it respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Mark is just, he's a newborn baby in this game. So a lot of stuff he got to learn. And I'm saying it live. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Mark, wise out. You got to learn, brother. And
yeah,
look, who better to learn than somebody who know what they doing?
yeah. There you
And I
go.
know marketing and all of that stuff. You think you a guru? That's fine. You
Yeah,
do what you need to, but all this other stuff.
yeah. Yo, but yo, Brandon, salute, man. Do your thing today. Let everybody know where they can find you out on Instagram, social media, and all of that.
Yep, it's all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to do everything one way. Canon Nation.
All right, Cannon Nation. And before I let you go, I love to let my guests do this for me, man. Say the news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience.
So how am I supposed to say it? I'm supposed to say it like this. The news. Shine News. This is what you say?
Source Experience.
This is the
The
sauce
Source.
experience?
Yeah,
This is the sauce experience.
man.
All
Salute,
right.
salute Cannon Nation in the building, man. Appreciate you, champ.
For a moment, I thought I was about to start looking like Webby. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, Charlamagne the God.
Ah,
Oh, y'all got some names out here.
salute, my guy.
All right, man. Y'all be blessed.
You too.
All right.
Shout out to the Cannon Adams. That was Shannon the Cannon. This is the Source Experience High interview. He's fighting on that OTX card August 30th, the end of the month. Semifinals against Francisco Varone. Definitely check him out. Share the content or continue to ignore it. But as you can see, we are building, moving, grooving, going, flowing. Yes, motion. Shout out to WCS in the building and my guy Time. We will be back with another one at 5 p.m. We're trying to show the different, motion and level changing. We have Charles Conwell at 5 p.m. That one will be at the spot. This one, sometimes, like I said, Brandon is out there on the West Coast, so I had to incorporate that in. I tried to get them both in the recording spot, but when you are doing what you're supposed to do, sometimes you just got to do it when you could do it. And that's what we had to do on lunch break. But this is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know? You do have options. Holla.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimukelua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.